Welcome back to Factorio Launch Per Second. Last episode we were filling out the plastics, which we managed to run all the way around to the southern delivery main bus mechanism. We have run the steel injections down the side, and I've gone ahead and connected them up so that the injection points are all there, as well as the electronics, and you'll see that I've connected up the plastics here as well, and so we're in a pretty good position. We now need to get the copper and the steel active, and then create the satellites, the southern satellite creation mechanism. So I'm coming over here to the Iron South depot. Let's see if I've learned anything from last time and set up the trains to our supply outposts. The first one should be fine. What I'll try and do is use the Fact Controller mechanism to kind of stop them instead of coming back and flooding back into the station while I'm trying to set up the next one. So this one's going from Iron Depot South to Iron 6, and we want each of those for only 15 seconds because we know that's how long it takes to completely trash the contents, and we want them out as quickly as possible. So off you go. First one's okay. We should be able to get the second one set up. While we do that, let's just set this up for trains going to Iron Depot South so we can monitor and control them. I can stop the train by using the mechanism up here. Anyway, while it's traveling, we should be good to set up the second one. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Now you are going to... Right, so this one's there. Let's just stop it. The first train, let's stop it in its tracks and get back to our second one. Excuse me for a moment. This one's going to Iron 7. Iron Depot South, Iron 7 again, 15 seconds at each stop. And away you go. Right, so far so good. Let's just work out how we refresh this one. Get rid of that. I think we need to bring up the filter again. We don't actually need to do all that, but there we go, we've got it now. So once Iron 7 gets to its station, we will do the same thing. Meanwhile, we can move on to Iron 8. And we are at the station already, so let's stop this one as well. And finish off our Iron 8. Now, what's going on there? Yep, that's in the network. Maybe we need a recharge point just to be sure. Why not? Okay, so let's set this one up. We want to go to Iron Depot South and Iron 8. Again, 15 seconds for each one. And we're still seeing no fuel going into that. I better see what's going on there. Yes, really no fuel. What's going on? It's putting the fuel on and it's ripping it straight off. Oh dear. Alright, well, let's just see if we can get this one to move out of the way. And yes, we might have a little bit of an issue with coal. So we learnt something, but not quite all the lessons learnt the first time round. Never mind, I'll just quickly run round and siphon up this excess coal that's been delivered everywhere. Hopefully it's not absolutely everywhere. It was only one inserter that was taking it, so there's a little bit more there. Is that it? A little bit more here. Any more? It doesn't look like it. We might be lucky since it only came from one inserter. Okay, well, let's just refresh the trains. I think just hitting OK is all we need to do. Yep, there we go. So we're at Station 8, and Station 8 would seem not to have power, so we're going to have to run down there after and sort that out as well. But while we're up here, we might as well get 9 and 10 operating. Well, let's make sure this one won't unload its coal. So swap that around. Now you are Iron Depot South. Hang on. Yeah, let's get rid of this coal. Why hold on to the coal? It's no good in our pocket. Right. Iron Depot South, and there it is. Iron Depot South. Iron 9 now, and 15 seconds for each one. And off you go. And one last train. And then we'll have to go and check what was going on. So flick you around, make sure you're not going to unload your coal. And you are... And okay. Still going to Iron 9, so that's fine. You are going Iron Depot South. And Iron 10. Once more, 15 seconds, of course. And away you go. So that is the iron done. Yeah, let's just get all these trains up. There we go. Moving to Iron 10. Okay, Iron 10's in a slightly different location to the others, so we'll just follow it along its track. Oh, and we are waiting. What are we waiting for? I wonder if I've got the signals right up above. It's a bit hard to tell from here, unfortunately. Originally I was assuming I was only going to have one train there, but our need for outposts maybe add others. Anyway, let's go and try and sort out these trains. We clearly need to add power, and as you can see, there's war with the biters, residue kind of everywhere. I've got far too much of it as it is. I don't really need any more, but I guess it sort of tidies up the process. So we're trying to get to Iron 8. I've stopped all of them now. It's incredibly useful, the whole fat controller. I'll be interested to see what 13 has, but I don't think it's got anything to completely replace the sort of functionality that we get out of the fat controller. So, yeah. Right, here we are at Iron Outpost number 8, and yes, there's no power, so let's quickly put down some big cables. That should connect the inserters, that will connect the miners. Just make sure that it's right at the end, that we're getting all the action. It looks like it is, and they're going berserk, so that's great. Now, the looked like we had a bit of an issue with the signalling around the iron depot 10 as well, so let's go and check on that. And meanwhile, while we run over all of these alien artifacts, we've got a lot to get rid of. I probably really should have used the blueprint foreman a little bit more. Well, to use it at all actually, because I didn't use it at all, to manage blueprints, and that would have given me a little bit more space, but never mind. As soon as we're within range of the network, which admittedly I've extended most places, but yeah, we'll probably get these items removed from us and be able to carry on. And yes, we're running at very fast legs at the moment. As you can see, I had to clear quite a few biters, most of which I did off camera to get to the outposts that we've got. So there's a a copper. That one looks okay. Up here, it looks like we've got everything set up correctly for the iron itself. At iron 10, there is another copper down here though, just a little bit further, and maybe that's where the problem lay. Yes, it looks like we don't actually have signaling here. So everywhere that's about to cross the tracks, that basically needs a chain signal. So there's 3 locations there, and there. And in the other direction we need the normal rail signal to keep traffic flowing. There we go, that should fix up the problem that we had up here. And just in time to get out of the way. There we go. So before there was nothing that could go through this straight ahead while a train was sitting there, so that's a lot better now. Let's make sure we turn on all of our other iron trains. No reason for them to stop anymore, they might as well come and deliver their goods. And maybe set up the copper trains as well now. If we can get around these damn trees, it's another good reason to get rid of them. Alright, so here we are at Copper Depot South. And hopefully we won't get any coal explosions from this one. Do the same basic thing that we did with the iron. So this time it's Copper Depot South and Copper 6. Again, 15 seconds. And off you go. And I guess we better... Oh, we can get another one happening while that one's on its way. You are Copper Depot South and Copper 7, both for 15 seconds, and off you go. Now yeah, let's change the Fat Controller from Iron Depot South to Copper Depot South, and whoops, get this filter out of the way so that we can stop the trains. We're still going to Copper 7, So I guess while that's the case, we can set up the next copper train. We're waiting at a signal now. Just keep an eye on that. Okay. Clear all those artifacts again. Right, copper depot south. And copper 8. And of course it helps if we actually hit the plus key. Right, down to 15 seconds. Let's go. And we're still waiting at a signal. There might be an issue down there that also needs to be sorted out. I guess after we've set these up we can go and check it out. We may have not finished the signals when we set it up. Alright, so this is copper depot south and copper 9 for 15 seconds. And 15 seconds. And off you go. Let's see if we can just refresh. There we go. So copper 8 has stopped at a signal as well. Yes. Yes, there seems to be a signalling issue down there. Heading down into that, is it iron down there? Not sure. Yes, everything's stopped. So we're going to have to sort out the signals down in that southern area. But we may as well finish off the last copper train first. So we need 2 more of these. Copper depot south, copper 10, 15 seconds, the usual drill. And off you go. So copper 9's actually moving. There we go. Let's go and see if we can sort out these signals quickly. Let's see if we can get rid of a few other things so that maybe the accumulation of artifacts won't keep giving us warning signals. I kind of like running over them so we can get rid of the collection though. It's just taking up resources that are a bit of a waste. And here we are. Yes, as expected, there are no signals around this stop, so let's do our usual trick. When you cross, you have a chain signal. So that needs to be changed, and likewise up here, and one more signal, a normal signal for the other direction into the station. There we go, that should sort out that one. Everything seems to be moving there now. Let's check the other stations while we're here just to be sure. That's an intersection. So the intersection itself should be fine, but yes, we do have an issue down here. So let's sort that out. Chain signal, crossing. And up here as well, swap that over to a chain. I think there's one more station down here, yes, a copper one, which obviously allows us to do a bit of expansion as well. Also no signals, so I guess it's good that we can fix all of these up in one go. Better we find out now than when we're running a test. And we just need 2 more. I mean, this bit of track's probably not actually being used, but may as well, for completeness, just get it done. Right, how else are we going? another station here. That looks like it's set up. What about down this bit of line? Get rid of the artifacts. Yeah, we could set up one here. I guess we may as well. And one normal signal. So that should be all of the train issues. There's, just check up here just to be sure. Yes, this iron as well. We never set up the signal when we were here before. And just for completeness and in case we ever need to extend that line, we'll put a chain signal at the top there. Okay, that should be all. Guess that biter there could be an issue, but let's not worry about it just now. Run over some of these artifacts on the way back. There's now it's getting annoying. Alright, that should do for now. Hopefully we get the bots to come and pick them up in a moment. Right, we've come a little bit too high. Let's get back down to our southern area of operations. As you can see, set up all of the injection points. Now we need to set up a southern version of the whole inserter thing, although I might look at a slightly different way of actually doing the insertions here, because if you note, we sort of start off with half, then a quarter, and even like the flow's getting less as we go down, so I might look to do a slightly different arrangement with the splitters so that we can actually get sort of only a quarter at the first one, then a third, then a half, as the flow diminishes. For the bottom area, let's clear that, and I guess this area for our satellites, the southern satellite build, should be around about here. And of course, what would an episode be without getting rid of some trees? So let's do that. Kill all the Factorio trees. I mean, we are using them. As you know, in our formulas, we need the boards for the electronics. So, yeah. Let's get rid of all these as well, because they're really just in the way. Go bots, go. Right, so just making sure that the copper train seems to be working, the queuing system seems to be working, copper is flowing, 3 ingredients are flowing, it looks like we're buffering up quite nicely. Are they all buffered already? There's a little bit of action still, but we're pretty close. So that was pretty quick, really. Wasn't that long ago when we set it up. This is hopefully helping sort out the oil as well. Yeah, you need to go as well. We forgot that one. Moving, they're all moving. So, yeah, we'll put the satellites along here. I guess that's going to have to wait till next episode though, because we're running out of time. So thanks for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. We're getting very close to our final, to actually be able to fire the rockets and test the whole thing and see if it all holds together. It's not quite as simple as just doubling up everything, because after all, I mean, we only have one oil and one electronics component, so it'll be interesting to see if all of that works. I guess we'll find out soon enough though, but yeah, this is pretty much all we have time for in this one, and I certainly look forward to seeing you in the next. So thanks very much, and we will see you soon. Okay, bye guys.